Problem starts with Marcus's favorite casserole recipe requires 3 eggs and makes 6 servings. Marcus will modify the recipe by using 5 eggs and increasing all other ingredients in the recipe proportionally. What is the total number of servings the modified recipe will make? The keyword is proportionally, so you have 3 eggs and 6 servings. You want to know how many servings 5 eggs will make. So you could either do it the crisscross method or by dividing 5 by 3. So 5 divided by 3 is 1.5, and 1.5 times 6 is 10. So x equals 10, or for most people you just do 3x equals 30. You see how it goes like this, and then you multiply 5 and 6 together to get 30. X equals 10. Answer is C. This one is probability. The 35-member history club is meeting to choose a student government representative. The members decide that the representative who will be chosen at random cannot be any of the 3 officers of the club. What is the probability that Hiroko, who is a member of the club but not an officer, will be chosen? So you're excluding 3 officers. That means 35 minus 2 is 32, 33, 32, 3 officers. You get 32 members left, and Hiroko just wants to know what's the probability of him, so that's 1 over 32. Answer is K. For what value of x is the equation 2 to the power of 2x plus 7 equals 2 to the power of 15? Know your exponent rules. That's very important on this test. Same bases cancel out. 2x plus 7 equals 15. It's a 2-step equation. X equals 4. You just subtract 7. Get 8 on both. You get 8 equals 2x, and x equals 4 when you divide 8 by 2. Let the function f be defined as f of x equals 5x squared minus 7 to the power times the quantity of 4x plus 3. What is the value of f of 3? So just plugging in at this point. 5 times 3 to the power of 2. Note that this is its own separate thing because the squared is only attached to the x. Minus 7 times the quantity of 4 times 3 plus 3. So what you do now is just you simplify and solve. 5 times 9, 3 times 3 is 9, minus 7, 4 times 3 is 12, plus 3. 7 times 15, minus 45. Eventually that's 105. (45) minus 105 is negative 60. The answer is J. A wallet containing 5 $5 bills and 7 $10 bills and 8 $20 bills is found and returned to its owner. The wallet's owner will reward the finder with one bill drawn randomly from the wallet. What is the probability that the bill drawn will be a $20 bill? So you have 5 $5 bills, 7 $10 bills, and 8 $20 bills. In total, that's $20. That's 20 individual bills. And you have 8 $20 bills. So you take total and you take the thing you're trying to find. And then you simplify to get 2 over 5. Answer is D. The ABC Book Club charges a $40 monthly fee plus $2 per book to read in that month. The Easy Book Club charges $35 a month, $35 a month, and $3 per book read in that month. For each club, how many books must be read in 1 month for the total charges from each club to be equal. So this is a linear equation. You know that because it's following y equals mx plus b. M equals 2x plus 40. 2x because this one changes with, this value changes with each book that is read. And 35 plus 3x. What I do is I'd subtract 35 from here, subtract 2x from here, so I'm left with 5 equals x, and that's h. In a parallelogram ABCD below, okay, so ABCD, the parallelogram, is shown below. The line AC is a diagonal, is diagonal to AC is diagonal in that parallelogram. The measure angle ABC is 40 degrees and the measure of angle ACD is 57 degrees. So if you remember your angle properties of parallel lines, I think it was like, I don't remember, it was like, whatever. All you have to know is not the vocab terms, or just know how to solve it. So maybe this will jog your memory from geometry. So if you have this angle, interior and exterior angle theorems. I think these are interior. So this must be 40 as well. So you know that triangles equal 180. So when you add 57 and 40, you get 97. But you have to subtract 180 from it. And that gives you... what is that? It gives you 83. D. When x equals 1/2, what is the value of 8 times x minus 3 over x? So what I'd do is I'd plug in 1/2 into the numerator. So 8 times the quantity of 1/2 minus 3, that's 4 minus 3, and that equals 1. And then you get 1 over 1/2 when you replace x with 1/2. You need to know KCF in order to divide a fraction by fraction. So keep, change, flip. Keep 1, change 2 to 2 over 1. 1 over 1, 1 over 1 times 2 over 1 equals 2. Answer is G. This is when you have to know midpoint formula. It seems pretty long, but it's not really that long if you understand the math behind it. I think the midpoint formula is very important for the SAT and ACT. Midpoint formula. I think it's x1 plus x2 over 2. This is going to be written as an xy coordinate point. So y1 plus y2 over 2. When you plug it in the standard xy coordinate plane, what is the midpoint of the line segment that has endpoints 3, 3, 8, and 1, negative 4? So you would put 3 here, 1 here, over 2. And then you put negative 4 here, and 3 here. Wait, no. 3 here. Wait, no. Okay, I'm going the flow. Over 2. Oh wait, I'm so stupid. I'm sorry. It's 8. I was looking at... Okay, it's 8. Wait, no. Yeah, it's 8 and -4. I'm so stupid. So that becomes 4 over 2 is 2. 8 minus 4 is 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Answer is D. This one is amplitude. I think this is a sine wave. Is it? Oh no, it's a cosine wave, I think. Yeah, it's a cosine wave. So amplitude is just how long these things go. The waves. So it's asking you, what is the positive difference? That means absolute value, because amplitude is always positive, between the greatest water depth and the least water depth. So greatest water depth would be 12, least would be 6, that's amplitude, and 12 minus 6 equals 6. Answer is G. You're gonna have to know the slope formula for this. I remember when I was in, 8th grade, no, 7th grade, I thought it was so smart because I knew this formula with a bunch of letters in it. M equals y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. That's the formula. So when you have 2 coordinate points, you just plug those 2 in, you divide, and that's your answer. So y would be 1 plus 5 because it's 1 minus -5 over -2 minus 2. So, Am I doing something wrong? Okay, whatever. So 6 over negative 4. That equals -3 over 2. Oh yeah, answer is D. In Cherokee County, the fine for speeding is $17 for each mile per hour the driver is traveling over the posted speed limit. In Cherokee County, Kirk was fined $221 for speeding on a road with a posted speed limit of 30 miles per hour. Kirk was fined for traveling at what speed in miles per hour? So what I would do is divide 221 by 17. That is 13, and then you add 30 because it says for every mile after the 30 mile per hour limit. So he was going 43 miles per hour. Answer is H. What is the sum of the solutions of the 2 equations below? So what you're doing is you're just adding what x equals and y equals to get sum. 8x equals 12, divide by 8. X equals, you simplify it, 3 over 2. And then 2y plus 10 equals 22. You subtract 10 2 steps. 12 equals 2y. Y equals 6. 6 plus 3 over 2 equals 7 1/2. Because this becomes 1 and 1/2. 1 plus 6 equals 7. 7 1/2. The average of 5 distinct scores has the same value as the median of 5 scores. The sum of the 5 scores is 420. What is the sum of the 4 scores that are not in the median? So this can be confusing. Yeah, it is confusing. What I do is try to like visualize it. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You find the median. The average is the same as the median. So what do these equal? What are these equal to? So 420 divided by 5 equals 84. So what you do is you subtract 84 because that's the average and that's the median from 420, if that makes sense. And then you get 336. Well, because you know how the average, you get the average by dividing everything by 5. So this is the formula for the mean. I don't know how to write that. It's like, it's the sum of everything over number of things. So the sum is 420, and you divide it by the number of scores, which is 5, and that's how you get the average. And the median is also 84 because it says the same thing. So if this is 84, you're finding the sum of these two. That's why you subtract 84. Get 336, H is the answer. What is the value of the expression below? This is a lot of absolute value symbols, but that doesn't mean anything. It just means everything inside has to be positive. So if it's a negative number, it becomes positive. If it's positive, it becomes positive, because the absolute value is the number of digits the certain number is away from 0. So it's always positive. What is the value of the expression below? So I would do negative 8 plus 4. That equals negative 4 absolute value minus absolute value 3 minus 9, negative 6. So you do 4 minus 6 absolute value. You get negative 2 absolute value. You get 2. D is your answer because negative becomes positive in absolute value, so it becomes 2. Which of the following expressions is equivalent to x to the power of 2 over 3? So another way of writing that is just because all square roots have all roots have a little number right here. In this case, it is 3. In square roots, it is 2. Like that. Square root of x can also be written as x to the power of 1/2. So if that goes there, then this goes here to x to the second power, cube root of x to the second power. It's k. In the standard xy coordinate plane, what is the slope of the line given by the equation 4x equals 7y plus 5? You're just looking for the slope, so I put it in y equals mx plus b form. First, I'd put y to the left side by subtracting it, so negative 7y. Subtract 4x to put it on the right side equals negative 4x plus 5. And then that's when I divide by negative 7. And you get y equals 4 over 7x plus 5. Minus 5 over 7. So this is the answer because you're looking for m right here. 4 over 7 is B. For which of the following conditions would the sum of integers m and m will always be an odd integer? m is an odd integer and n is an odd integer. Those just don't make sense. M and n are both odd integers. Let's try it. 17 plus 13. We already know that equals like 20. What? 30? 40? 30? Right? Okay. And let's try this one. M and n are both even integers. Let's try 28 and 12. You get 10, 1, 2, 3. That does not work. So m is an odd integer and n is an even integer. Let's try 17 and 12. You get 29. I guess K is right. The length of two legs of right triangle. The length of the two legs of right triangle ABC shown below are given in inches. The midpoint AB is how many inches from A. So first I would use the Pythagorean theorem, which is c squared equals a squared plus b squared. Or a squared plus b squared equals c squared. What I do is I just plug it in. Equals c squared. 32 squared plus 24 squared is 1024 plus 576, and that equals an even 1600 equals c squared. So what you do is you square root this side, you square root this side. 16 is a perfect square root, so it'd be 400. Actually, it'd be 40. It'd be 40. C equals 40. So if this equals 40, what is the midpoint between the two? It has to be over 2. So 20. Answer is B. In triangle DEF, the length of the line DE is the square root of 30 inches, and the length of EF is 3 inches. So I think this, my first thought was this is going to be a special right angle triangle kind of thing. But if it can be determined, what is the length in inches of line DF? So there's no angle. So when you look at it, this would be 30 degrees, and this is 3 inches. You can't really know. I'd choose K. Laura plans to paint the 8-foot-high rectangular walls of her room. And before she buys paint, she needs to know the area of the wall surface to be painted. 2 walls are 10 feet wide, and the other 2 walls are 15 feet wide. The combined area of one window and the one door in her room is 60 square feet. What is the area in square feet of the wall surface she plans to paint? So you're finding how much area she's covering. So 8, the formula for area in rectangles is length times width times, base times height. 8 times 10 15 times 10 equals 80, and this one equals, this one's 80, and this one is 180, okay, 120, no wait, no, sorry, 8 times 8, and this is 120. So you know that there are two walls of that area. So you multiply that by 2. Multiply by 2. 160 plus 240 equals 400. And then you're also counting into the fact that there's a door and a window. So you have to subtract 60 square feet. You get 360. The length of a rectangle is 5 inches longer than the width. The perimeter of the rectangle is 40 inches. What is the width of the rectangle in inches? So you'd visualize it like this, a rectangle. The length is 5 plus x, because it's 5 inches longer than the width, and the width is just x. This is 5 plus x. The first thing I'd do would be knowing that 5 plus x is counted twice when you're adding the perimeter. So you would multiply it by 2. 10 plus 2x. And then you would, so the perimeter is 40, so you would set it equal to 40. 2x equals 40. X equals 30, because you're subtracting 10. Is 15. X equals, you have to divide 15 by 2 because there are 2 x's, so it's 7.5. Answer is F. 8% of 60 is 1/5 of what number? So first you're going to have to use the crisscross method. 8 over 100, because it's 8%, equals x over 60. I'm just going to do that in my calculator. You're just going to multiply 8 by 60, set it equal to 100x. So for 480 equals 100. That would be 480 divided by 100 would be 4.8. And then 4.8, you have to multiply by 5 because it's 1/5 of what number? I'm just going to plug that in. It's 24. Answer is 24. Arminus is trying to decide whether to buy a season pass to get to his college basketball team's 20 home games this season. The cost of an individual ticket is $14, and the cost of a season pass is $175. I think this one will be linear equation as well. The season pass will admit Armin to any home basketball game at no additional cost. What is the minimum number of home basketball games Armin must attend in this season in order for the cost of a season pass to be less than the total cost of buying an individual ticket for each game he attends? So if he's going to, let's say, all of the games with individual tickets, no. So the season pass is $175. You're looking for, when will $175 be less than hold on, sorry. Oh my god, this is taking longer for me to process than I thought. Okay. I'm so sorry. The easiest problem, I think, is the one that has me thinking the most. Okay. Maybe it's just because I can't read. Yeah, it's because I'm illiterate. Okay. So you're looking for when the cost of the season pass is less than... Oh, yeah, okay, so the number of tickets. So 14x. So divide by 14, divide by 14. 175 divided by 14 is... Ooh, my calculator doesn't want to work. It's... Okay, it's 12.5. So x must be greater than 12.5. Oh wait, sorry, wrong way. I'm not very good at this. You're looking for when x is less than 12.5. So what is the minimum number of home basketball games Armin must attend this season in order for the order... Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Because this one is individual. This one's individual, and this one is season pass. Season pass needs to be more cost effective than the individual tickets. So of course it has to be less than. So I think it'd be 12. This one you just divide. Okay, so it's 4.8 times... This is scientific notation, so I don't know how to say it correctly. So it's 4.8 times 10 to the power of negative 7 over 1.6 times 10 to the negative 11th. This is when you have to know your exponent rules. And then 48 divided by 16, that is 3. So 3.0 because it's scientific notation. And exponent rules, when you divide by exponents, you subtract. So negative 7 minus 11, negative 11, is negative 7 plus 11. So it's negative 4 times 10 to the negative 4th power. B. Is it? Wait. Oh, wait. Okay, it's positive 4. B. Wait, no, A. It's A. I'm pretty sure these are all right. No, I'm not pretty sure. Yeah, I'm sure these are right. So just go along with me. A circle in the standard XY coordinate plane has center C, that's negative 1, 2, and passes through 2, 6. Line segment AB is a diameter of the circle. What are the coordinates of point B? So this would be 2, 6 would be in the first quadrant. Right here, this is the circle, and this is... Whoop. Okay, what? Yes, okay. This is... Okay, I'm not very good at this. This is the center. Let's pretend that's the center. So this is B, because it's diameter. Like that. And so you see how this is negative 1, 2, and this is 2, 6. Well, negative 2, when you go... It's like slope. So when you go up 3, you get to 2. Go up 3, you get to 2. And you go right 4, you get to 6. So all you have to go to get to B is you go left 4 and down 3. So left 4 would mean subtracting from negative 1, which is negative 5, and Going right 4 would mean adding to 2. Adding to 2? Oh wait, sorry, subtracting from 2. So okay, yeah, sorry. I'm stupid or something. No, it's because it's almost 9 o'clock and I'm tired. Oh yes, 4. No, sorry. 2 minus 4 equals negative 2. So that's a negative 5. So the coordinates will be negative 5, negative 2. I'm looking at the answer key, so it has to be right. Negative 2, negative 5, negative 2. Oh, it's negative 4, negative 2. No, it's negative 5, negative 2. Wait, what? Hold up. No, trust me, this is beneficial for you. So just keep watching. Oh, so it's negative. I can't read. It's negative 1 minus 3 equals negative 4. And it's 2 minus 4 equals negative 1. Negative 2. So that's why it's negative 4, negative 2. Yeah, that took longer than it should. Which of the following expressions is a factor of... Okay, so this is when the complicated stuff gets into place, but just know that whenever it's x cubed minus something and it's a perfect cube root, just know that all the factors are negative. Like, it's like x minus cube root of 64 is 4, because 4 times 4 is 16, 16 times 4 is 64. So we know that it's x minus 4 times 3. If you FOIL it out, it works out. So that's the only thing that is a factor, which is A, 27. You don't have to memorize the whole long formula, just know that cube root minus x to the power of 3 minus a cube root, a perfect cube root, will always have negative in each factor. The average list of 4 numbers is 90. A new list of 4 numbers has the same first 3 numbers as the original list, but the 4th number in the original list is 80. The 4th number in the new list is 96. What is the average of the new list of numbers? So you're going to have to find what the first 4 numbers were in the old list. So 3x, because remember how I said the sum of all of the things over the number of actual individual things you have is your mean, the average. So 3x plus 80 over 4, because you have 3x and then you have another digit which makes 4, and that equals 90. What you do is you just do the 3-step equation. 360 equals 3x plus 80. Subtract 80. You get 240, 280, 280. And then 3x, if you put that in the calculator, you get x equals 93.3. If you substitute 93.3, because you know that that's the first 3 numbers now, the 4th number is 96. So you know the first 3 numbers, and you know the 4th number. What is the new average of the list of the new numbers? It is 93.3 times 3 plus 1 plus 96 over 4. I'm just going to plug that into my calculator, and you get, I'm not going to bother. I'm just looking at the answer key, and I think the work is right, so it's 94. Number A is located at negative 2.5 on the number below. on the number line below. If you're looking for a squared, you're going to look for negative 2.5 times negative 2.5, and that equals 6.5. 6.25. Now you're looking for the number line that has plotted positive 6.25. This one isn't it, this one isn't it, because these are on the negatives. This one's in the positive, but this one's just after 2. This one's at 5, and this one's at 6.25. Answer is E. So prime factorization, you're trying to know the prime factorization of 30,030, but you already know 1001, so you know that 30,030 divided by 1001 is 30, and you know that you have to have 7, 11, and 13. But what are the prime factors of 30? So you got 6 and 5 and 2 and 3. So you're looking for 7, 11, 13, 2, 5, and 3. 2, 5, 3, 7, 11, 13. Yes, there it is. E. Micaiah, an intern with the Parks and Recreation, blah, 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 blah. Just know that 1 inch is 1.5 feet. Yes. In the park, what is the area of the park of the scale drawing? What I do is I turn this into a triangle and turn that into a rectangle. 40 minus 28 is 12, so this is 12. Next thing I do is find the length of this line, which is something you find through Pythagorean theorem. 12 squared plus 16 squared equals x squared. 144 plus, what is this? Oh my gosh, I don't want to do this. Okay, can't do it in my head. Okay, 256. And that took me way longer than it should because I was trying to do it in my head. You know that equals 400. 400 equals x squared. That's a perfect square. So you just square root it. X equals 200. No, wait, 20. 20. Then the next thing I do is length times height, base times height for the rectangle. Oh wait, first I take the x equals 20, and then I do triangle. The area of a triangle equals base times height times 1/2. So 16. Wait, you're finding perimeter. Oh my gosh. Finding perimeter. Okay. Basically, what you do is just do base, which is 12, times 16. Oh yeah, I'm going ahead. It's 33 that you're looking for the perimeter. 12 times 16 is 96. Plus 28 times 16. Oh wait, no. 96 divided by 2. Wait. It is 96, yes. Yeah, I've already divided by 2, so 96. Okay, you know what? This is going to hell. Okay. Stay with me. I am sure that I am going over all of this correctly. So, 96. You add that to 28 times 16. 28 times 16 is 444, but that's after you divide it by 2, because it's 208, oh my god, 28 times 16 divided by 2 is 448. So 448 plus 96 is 544. There it is. It's G. It took way longer than it should. Okay, now we get to perimeter. So we've already found the perimeter is of this line is x equals 20. So now we just add. So 20 plus 40 plus 16 plus 28. That is, I'm just gonna, that is 104. Answer is C. South side and north side. So this is south side and this is north side. So what percentage is south side of north side? So south side is 40 and north is 28. So 40 over 28. That gives you a number. I'm not sure what that number is. I put it in my calculator. It's 142. Yeah, 143 if you round it. So it's H. The Smith family is planning to build a 3-room cabin which consists of 2 bedrooms and 1 living room. Shown below are rectangular floor plans, blah, 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 blah. And then it gives you this random fact about 20% chance of rain each day. So a 3-foot wide walkway around the area of the cabin is shown in the floor plan. So this is the house, and this is the walkway. So you're going to do 36 times 30 minus 24 times 30, because you're trying to get the area of the house and subtract it by the area. Subtract the area of the walkway and subtract it by the area of the house. So yeah, I said it vice versa. This is the walkway. No, this is the walkway. And this is the house. So, I'm just going to put in my calculator. It is 360. It all equals 360. Answer is C. Mrs. Smith will install a ceiling fan in each room of the cabin and will place curtains over the 4 windows. Each of the ceiling fans has a price of $52. The price of the curtains for each small window is $39.50, $50. And the price of curtains for the large window is twice that for the small window. So how many large windows do we have? We have 1, 3 small windows. So we know that the 3 small windows would be 3 times 39.5 and twice that for the large window. 39.5 is 40. How many ceiling fans are there? Oh, okay, in each room of the cabin. So 1, 2, 3 rooms, 3 ceiling fans. 3 times 52. Just plug that into my calculator. Get 354. Answer is J. Mr. and Mrs. Smith plan to roof the cabin on 2 consecutive days, assuming that the chance of rain is independent on the day. What is the probability that it will rain both days? So, probability would be, where is it? 20% chance. So, 20% chance would be 1/5. 1/5? Yes, 1/5. And then since you're finding 2 days and not just 1 day, to multiply them together, because permutations, right? Yeah. Right? No, it's been a long time since algebra 1. Guess it's 1 over 2/5, and that equals 0.04. That's A. When evaluated equals or an irrational number. So you have to know your square root properties. So the square root of 2 over the square root of 8, that goes down to the square root of 1 over square root of 4, which is 1 over 2. That does the same thing. Square root of 4 over square root of 1, that equals 2. This one, it's just square root of 8 times square root of 8. That equals 16. Square root of 16 equals 4. This one is square root of 16 again. No, wait, no. Oh, wait, no. 8 times 8 is 64. So that equals 8. So you see how the square root and the 2, the power of 2, cancel each other out? That's because they do cancel each other out in reality. That equals 8. 2 times 8 is 16, so square root of 16 equals 4. And this one must be irrational because you're adding them. Can't add, what is it? Square roots. A line through the origin 10, 4 is shown in the standard coordinate plane below, blah, 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 blah. So looking for tangent of this thing here. So if you know this is 10, 4, this point right here, you know that this goes 10 and this goes up 4. So you know that this length is 10, this length is 4. Actually, this length is 10. Yeah, this length is 10. So that's a good thing because you're looking for, this is the hypotenuse, this is blah, 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 and this is opposite. This is adjacent. The last one I told. This is adjacent. So TOA, tan is TOA in SOHCAHTOA. And what you do now is, for tangent, you take opposite, which is 4, and then divide it by adjacent, which is 10. And you get 2 over 5, and that's D. So to get the two solutions of absolute value 2x minus 8, absolute value plus 3 equals 5, you turn everything in the absolute value to the opposite. So 2x minus 8, that becomes 2. You first keep it the same, 2x minus 8 plus 3 equals 5. Subtract 3. 2x, so it doesn't make you go all the way to what x equals, but 2x minus 8 equals 2. And then another thing you have to do for the second solution, you have to turn everything in this into the opposite thing it is. So 2x becomes negative 2x, negative 8 becomes positive 8. And then you're already subtracting 3 from 5, so 2. Which one matches that? This one doesn't equal 2. This one does equal 2. But this one is not positive. This one does not equal 2. This one does not equal. This one equals 2, so it's k. And it's basically turning this into a parentheses, putting a negative. That's why you turn this one into a negative and this one into a positive. It's k. The frequency chart below shows the cumulative number of Mrs. Hernandez's science students whose test scores fell within certain score ranges. All test scores are whole numbers, so you see how 65 is the common between all of them. This is confusing, I think. 71. So 71 is here. It's after this one, but before 80. So I'd say like 13 minus 12 is 1a. The number of decibels D produced by an audio source can be modeled by the equation D equals 10 log intensity over K. So how many decibels are produced by an audio source whose sound intensity is 1,000 times the value of K? I would write this as an equation. D equals 10 log 1,000 K over K. That becomes 10 log 1,000. But to put it in my calculator, I'd put log 1,000 to the 10th power, because this one goes over there. It's a property of logarithms. And then that would equal 30 when you plug it into your calculator. Or you can just put it in exponential form. This becomes, this, if you don't plug it in, this becomes 10 to the x equals 1,000. That would be 30. X equals 30. Answer is G. Mario plays basketball on a town league team. The table below gives Mario's scoring statistics for last season. How many points did Mario score playing basketball last season? I would do again a crisscross table, a crisscross ratio. So if he attempted 80 and he only 81 point free throws and only got 75% successful of them, I would do 75 over 100 equals x over 80, because you don't know how much of 80 he got. So I'd do that, plug into my calculator, 75 times 80 equals 100x. So 75 times 80 divided by 100. That is 60. So you got 60, right? 2 points. Out of 60, he scored 90% of them. So 90 over 100 equals x over 60. 90 times 60 is 540. 540 divided by 100 is 54. X equals 54. And then 3 points. If he got 25% of 60 successful, so it's 60 over x equals 1 over 4, because 25 over 100 is 1 over 4. So 4x equals 60, x equals 15. This one's 15. So now I just multiply by the number of points, so 60 times 1 is 60. 2 times 54 is 108. And 15 times 3 is 75. And that will equal a total of, what is the answer? I have to check. Hold on, sorry. Did I do something wrong? 60. I did? No? 60. What's 54 times 2? Wait, what is 54 times 2? 54 times 2. Oh, no, wait, yeah, I'm right. Plus 75. Wait, 15 times 3 isn't 75. It's 35. Okay. Yeah, I'm probably not going to pass the ACT at this point because I think I'm really stupid. And here I am, like, trying to help people. Just don't make the same mistakes I did. Okay, so it's C, 213. That's why I wasn't getting the right number. Because I thought 15 times 3 is 75. Okay. So if you remember H and K, the graph of y equals the absolute value of x minus 6 absolute value is in the standard coordinate plane, which are the following transformations when applied to the graph of, this is the base model graph, results in, okay, so everything inside, like a parentheses or something, is always the x, the h. And h is counterintuitive, meaning it's not what you think it will do. It does the opposite of what you want to do, what you think it will do. So x minus 6, it's actually going right 6, not left 6. So translation right 6 units. Toby wants to fill the volume of a solid toy soldier. He fills a rectangle container 8 centimeters long and 6 centimeters long, wide, and 10 centimeters high, but he only fills it up to 4 centimeters. So the submerging the toy soldier is 66. So what you do is you do 8 times 6 times 4 minus 8 times 6 times 6.6. Because putting the toy soldier into the water makes it increase. So the toy soldier is the volume. The change in the water volume is the change of the water volume is the volume of the toy soldier. 8 times 6 times 4 is 192. Sorry. 192 minus, and then this one is This one is 316. Actually, I think it's backwards. It's backwards. So 316 minus 192 equals 125. Answer is A. A box in the shape of a cube has an interior side length of 18 inches and is used to ship a right circular cylinder, blah, 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 blah. So basically what you're trying to do is you're getting the volume of a box and you're subtracting it from the volume of a cylinder. The box is 18 inches high, so a cube's volume formula is x cubed, and x equals 18, so 18 cubed minus, you have to know the cylinder formula, like formulas for 3D objects. And that is pi times r squared times h. Pi times radius is 6 inches. 6 squared times height, which is 12. Now you're looking for whatever matches that. And that is H. Wait, no. J. A room has a rectangular floor that is 15 by 21 feet. What is the area of the floor in square yards? 1 yard equals 3 feet. So 15 divided by 3 equals 5. 21 divided by 3 equals 7. 7 times 5 is 30. 5. B. 47 is B. So your base, blah, 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 blah. What is the cheaper fare for a 5-mile trip? In this test, you have to be very economical with your time. So be mindful that you don't always have to read the whole thing. Well, I suggest you read the whole thing, but I've already read this thing, so I'm just gonna... Okay. What is the cheaper fare for a 5-mile trip? 5 miles. So if you're going 5 miles here, you pay $12. Going 5 miles here, you pay $10. Oh, $9. So it's $9. So as I was saying, you need to budget your time wisely. Skip problems that you think will take longer than a minute and a half to do. And make sure you understand the question very thoroughly. Don't rush too fast. Because that's what I did on the practice test, and that's why I got a really low score. The graph of a function y equals f of x consists of 3 line segments. Blah, 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 blah. So basically, it's asking what is the area of this, bounded by the graph of f of x, because this is f of x, and the positive x-axis and y-axis. So this is it, and this is it. So they're asking, this is the boundary, and what is inside of it? What's the area? So I think this is one of the things that will take too much work for the, it's not going to yield, the work you put into it will not yield much result, because this will probably take, doing this, maybe the time it takes for 3 questions, and it only gives you one question you got right. You could have gotten those other 3 questions right as well, if you had just skipped this one. So, yeah, it goes like that, like that, like that. And that's how I break it up into 2 rectangles and 2 triangles. So as you know, the area of a triangle is base times height times 1/2. So you know that if this is 3, like right here, this is all 3, and this is 4, you know that this goes up by 1. And so this is 2, because it shows right here it stops at 2. So this is 1 and this is 2. So 2 times 1 divided by 2 is 1. This is 1. 1 unit squared. This one, you know that this is already 2. And you know the height is 3, so 2 times 3, this is 6. This is 1 because 3 minus 2 is 1. 1 times 3 is 3. And you know that this is 1 as well. No, wait, this is 2, because it goes from 3, it jumps from 3 to 5. So that's 2. 2 times the height of 3 is 6. 6 divided by 3 is 3. So 3 plus 3 plus 6 plus 1 is 13. 49 is B. Yeah, if you know how to do it, and you've done enough practice tests, you could probably do that in less than a minute. Or, because most problems will require more than a minute for a lot of people, but some problems take like 30 seconds. So it just depends on how much time you spend on each question individually and all together. The sum of 2 positive numbers is 151. So x plus y equals 151. Oh, this one, I hate this one. This is the one that's gonna take you like 10 minutes to solve, I swear. It is so dumb. It's not dumb, it's so time consuming. Okay, I'm not looking forward to this. X plus y, because I looked through this and this one seems easy. No, it's not easy. X plus y equals 151. The lesser number is 19 more. So x plus is basically the square root of x, the square root of the greater number. So 19 more than the square root of the greater number. So x square root of x plus 19 equals 151. Okay, that looks complicated, right? Yes, because it is. 151 minus 19 is 132. X plus x squared. What did I do after this? I don't know. This is the one that I did after beforehand because it's just so difficult. I don't know. Okay, I turn this into 1x to the power of 1/2 equals 132 minus 2. So you square root that, So x equals 132, minus x, the square root of that. And honestly, you might think, yeah, I did something wrong. This is gonna take me somewhere that won't lead to the right answer. Well, actually, it does lead to the right answer. Oh wait, I'm so stupid. It doesn't lead to the right answer because I did do something wrong. Okay. So you just multiply this by power of 2. So it's 132 minus x times 2. Okay, yeah. I'm just stupid, sorry. So x equals, because this cancels out, equals negative x plus 132 squared. And then you're going to get a bunch of numbers. You're going to get a bunch of numbers, and it's not going to look pretty. Yeah, you could use the quadratic. Okay, so this is basically a quadratic equation because it has two factors, x plus something, x minus something. That's a quadratic. Honestly, I would plot this out on my graphing calculator. So negative x minus 132, and then square root that. And what does that equal? Doesn't show you. Okay, let's show you the graph. Okay. Oh, it's plus 132. And then what is the answer? What is the answer? What's the answer? Excuse me? What is the answer? Okay. It's not taking me where I want it to go. Oh, I think I'm some kind of stupid. Okay. You don't have to graph it out. I'm sorry, I'm tired. What is it? It's 9:27. Okay. So, what you do is this equals 132. The greater number is 132. So what is the greater number minus the lesser number? Oh, shit. Oh, this is not working out for me. I wanted to make this video to help people. And where is this going? Okay. Oh yeah, so you just subtract 19 because this isn't working out. How did I do this? I don't think I finished this one. sum of two positive numbers is 151. The lesser number is 19 more than the square root of the greater number. What is the value of the greater number minus the lesser number? Oh, I get it now. So x equals 132. If the lesser number is 132, the lesser number is 132, because it's just x. Wait. The greater number is 132. So the lesser number is 19 more than the square root of the greater number. So this ain't working out so well. Screw it. The sum of two positive numbers is 151. So x plus y equals 151. The lesser number is 19 more than the square root of the greater number. So x plus x squared, the square root of x plus 19 equals 151. So when you subtract 19, you get 132 equals x, the square root of x, and then plus x. I'd subtract x from both sides. So the square root of x equals negative x plus 132. Put that to the power of 2. Let's cancel out the square root. X equals negative x plus 132 squared. The sum of two positive numbers is 151. The lesser number is 19 more than the square root of the greater number. So what is the greater number minus the lesser number? I would just x plus y equals 151. Y is 19 more than x, the square root of x. So x plus 19 plus the square root of x equals 151. I would subtract 19 to get 132 equals x plus x, the square root of x. So then I would subtract x from both sides. Negative x plus 132 equals the square root of x. Get rid of that by square rooting it. And then you FOIL this out. It's going nowhere. Like, you probably think this is going nowhere. I did something wrong. This is getting too complicated. That's what I thought too. When you FOIL it out, it's gonna positive x squared. I'm just gonna skip this part. Go to I need to. This is so much foiling, and I know it's gonna get the right answer because I've done this before. Because this was the only one that gave me problems. When I looked at it, I was like, "Oh, this is easy enough." And my friend was like, "This isn't easy," and then I did it, and it wasn't easy. So, okay. Minus 1. Oh, wait, you forgot to put the minus x. Don't forget to put the minus x in there. Minus x, because you subtracted x from here. Yeah, remember? Yeah. So that becomes x squared minus 132x minus 132x plus, what's 132 squared? That is, okay, 17,424. And minus x. So that all becomes x squared minus 264 minus, x minus x plus 1742.4. And that becomes, the final is x squared minus 265x, because, this becomes 265x plus 1742.4. So when you graph that, I tried graphing it as the factored form. It didn't give me anything that was useful. So y equals x squared, is it plus 250 minus 235 265 x plus, it was 17,442. No, 17,422.4. And then the answers it gives you is 121 and 144. And you don't know which one's the right answer. But let's just pray to God that, on the test, 144 and 121, only one of them show up. And it does here, because 121. Okay, that took forever, and I'm sorry. I don't like that. The list of numbers 41, 35, and 30, x and y and 15 has a median of 25. The mode of the list is 15. Mode means it occurs more than once. To the nearest whole number, what is the mean of the list? So find the median first. if the median is 25, x must be 20 because 25 is in the middle of 30 and 20. Y must be 15 because 15 occurs more than twice. So 35, like what I said earlier, the sum of everything over the number of things is the mean. 41 plus 35 plus 30 plus 20 plus 15 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you plug that into, oh, sorry, not 6. Wait, yes, 6. Wait, not 6. Yes, 6. Okay, whatever. 6. Plug that in. What do you get? Okay. No, not okay. 41 plus 35 plus 30 plus 20 plus 15. Oh, plus 15 again. Okay. And then 156 divided by 6 is 26. Okay. That all equals 26. Be careful and not be, don't be stupid like me. Okay, 26. That's the thing. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Will there be more than one solution? We already know that's discriminant. Discriminant tells you how many solutions there are. So if d equals 0, there are, no, if d equals 0, there are 0 solutions. If d is greater than 0, there will be 2 solutions. If d is less than 0, there'll be 1 solution. So it's asking for when d is greater than 0. And the discriminant formula is... What was the discriminant formula? Yeah, it was b squared, like in the quadratic formula, b squared minus 4ac. What you do is you take b, which looks like to be r, because when y equals x squared, rx plus s x squared equals t. It becomes sx squared plus rx minus t. And that looks like a quadratic formula. So that's why I use the discriminant. So what I do is just plug it in. R squared minus 4as, which is s, times negative t. R squared minus 4s negative t, which is r squared minus plus 4st, because negative times a negative is positive. So it has to be f. Arithmetic sequence. Okay. Arithmetic sequence. It was drilled into my head in Algebra 1, and I can't get it out. It's a of n equals the first term a of 1 plus n, which is the term you want, minus 1 times the change, t. What you want to do is plug it in. So you want a of 50, because you're looking for the 50th term, equals a of 1, the first term. What is the first term? Well, if this is the third term, is 13. The second term, well, it looks like it's going by 5. So 13 minus 5 is 7. 7 minus 5 is... No, 13 minus 5 is 8. 13 minus 5 is 8. Minus 5 is 3. So 3 plus n minus 1 n is 50, so 49. And then times t, which is the change, which is 5, like 5. 49 times 5 minus 1. Oh, plus 3 is 248. That's the answer, A. Oh, this is great. Okay, just know that all you really have to know... Wait, what is it that I know? Huh. I forgot what I did to help me solve this. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna, because I know the answer is H, so I'm just gonna assume that sine squared x plus cosine 2x. Wait, no, this is right. It's the trigonometric theorem. That always equals 1. So if that equals 1, y equals 1, I've got this. It's the only thing that matches with the domain of negative pi over 2 and pi over 2. It's h. I think you have to know that your trigonometric theorems. No, is it? I don't know what it's called. What is the period of cosecant 4 of x? Periods are found here. And you know that cosecant is the opposite of, the inverse of sine. So cosecant equals 1 over sine. And 1 over sine of x. If this becomes, if you add 4 to this, add 4 to this, wait. Yes, so if you add 4 to this, the period will be 4. So the period for cosine is always cosine and sine is 2 pi. No, pi over 2. That's always the period. I'll just make sure. Let's just put sine of x. And the period is indeed pi over 2. Looks like around the decimal place point there. What I do is, if pi over 2 is the period, and you multiply by 4, because that's the period, 4 pi over 8. Okay. Okay. What is the period of the function f of x equals cosecant 4 of x? 4 times x. So we know that cosecant is inverse of sine. So sine and cosine always have a period of 2 pi. And if cosecant's period is 4x, is 4, then you need to divide by 4, and you get pi over 2, which is e. At the school at the carnival, blah, 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 blah. So he tosses a penny, a nickel, and a dime at the same time. He'll be awarded 3 points for each coin that lands with heads faced up. Heads faced up. So what you do is you have 1.5 chance of it happening. You have 3 coins. And you're going to multiply it by 3 because you have 3 points. And that gives you 3 of 6. 3 of 6? Wait, what? Oh, sorry. 3 coins is 3 over 1. And then multiply it by 3 points, which is 3 over 1. So you get 9 over 2. The answer is H. Okay, to be honest, I don't remember matrices. I don't remember how to find the determinant of a matrix. But what I did to solve this is I found K, and I found D, I found B, and I found B, and I found 4, found 3, and I found C. Oh, wait, I'm so stupid. Okay, I don't remember learning matrices or the determinant of a matrix, but I can color coordinate. So K is A, 4 is B, 3 is C, and D is K. So when it tells me AD minus BC is the determinant, so if the determinant equals K, then K times K minus 4 times 3 equals K. Okay. Oh, it becomes K squared, and you already know the ACT loves quadratic equations, so minus 12 equals K. K squared minus K minus 12 equals 0. K must equal, what are 2 factors that multiply to become negative 12 that add up to become negative 1? Negative 4 and 3. K minus 4, K plus 3. K equals 4, K equals negative 3. Okay, must be B. Oh, positive real value. There it is. Given that positive integer n, given a positive integer such that I to the power of n equals 1, which of the following statements of n must be true? So you have to know that I to the first power equals I to the second power equals what was it? Negative 1. Negative 1. I to the third power equals negative I to the fourth power equals 1. So if you know I to the fourth power equals 1, the remainder, when 4 is divided by 4, n to the fourth is 4, remainder is 0. That is true. Because 4 divided by 4 is 0, remainder is 0. Okay, it's F. This one has nothing to do with it. It's just that, oh my god, okay. It has something to do with it. It's that I of n equals 1, but you're looking at the exponents. So 4 divided by 4 equals 0, remainder is 0. Okay, So you have to use the unit circle for this one. The unit circle, and then quadrants. The middle of the unit circle is 0, 0. The top is 0, 1. This one is 1, 0. This one's negative 1, 0. And this one is 0, negative 1. So you know that this is greater than or equal to pi over 2. And less than or equal to pi over 2. I know that pi over 2 is this right here on the unit circle, and sine is x. X is cosine, y is sine. So this is sine. This must be sine, and this must be sine. Because if you on the unit circle, this is pi over 2, negative pi over 2, or 3 pi over 2. This is, what is this? This is pi, and this is 2 pi. So if this is pi over 2, and this is negative pi over 2, then the absolute value of this, which is 1, and this is 1, is indeed greater than or equal to theta, sine theta, absolute value. Okay, I don't know how to explain this very well, but just follow me along, memorize the unit circle, do practice tests. It's A. It just makes sense, and I can't explain it. But, yeah. Ray PK bisects LPM, blah, 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 blah. So, this is LPM, LMP, and this is PK. Oop! LPM, and this is PK. So it's basically saying LPM PK bisects LPM. Oh wait, it's a line. So you find that this equals 4x plus 18 because it's the angle of LPK. Sorry, this is LPK, which is 4x plus 18, and the whole thing is 11x. You know that if two of these equal this, you can use the equation 2 times the quantity of 4x plus 18 equals 11x. So then you just go 8x plus 36 equals 11x, and then you subtract 8x from both sides, so you get 2x equals 36. 2x equals 36. Oh, wait, I'm so stupid. 11 minus 8 is 3. 3x equals 36. X equals 12. If x equals 12, then 4 times 12 plus 18 equals 66. Okay, that's K. Okay, I'm done.